Good afternoon, traders. Russell Sandiford here for your Tuesday Trader Talk market update. Plenty to go and discuss here for Easy Markets. Now, firstly, let's cover off last night. The big news, of course, was the North Korean foreign minister out very provocatively in the press there, talking about Trump's UN speech being essentially a declaration of war from the US side. Now, the chart on screen, of course, reflects the risk-off tone that went flooding into the markets. So gold jumped from lows yesterday around 1288. It jumped 20 bucks to about 1308 and has carried on higher here today. That's an obvious move with safe haven flow. So gold now nudging 13 and a half. This move higher in gold, of course, may continue. I can see a potential there for 1331. But in saying that as well, we've got a lot of US data points coming out. Firstly, Janet Yellen is out just before 3 a.m. Sydney time. But just before that as well, another FOMC speaker for the US Fed could help fire up the US dollar and hurt this gold rally. I'm not convinced that will be the case though, guys, because Janet Yellen's speech is in Cleveland. It's not necessarily going to be groundbreaking or anything new after last week's FOMC, of course. So be very careful there on the US dollar pairs. The dollar yen's always an interesting one when risk off dominates traders' minds and the trading sentiment, and we saw that again, obviously in overnight markets. So that came back very firmly and very fiercely from 112, but not as far as we would have liked or thought. For those trading short dollar yen, it's basically hovering and lingering around this 111.50 level, just waiting for the next clues, either out of the US or out of a Trump reply to the latest North Korean provocation. So for mine, I've been looking at a few charts today. One of them very early this morning, I was interested in the euro yen. With Draghi's comments and the German election being a bit wobbly there, a win for Merkel, of course, will be the outcome, but it's not a very clear path to her leadership majority in Germany. So the bottom line is that softness in the euro against the safe haven yen might be a marvelous way to continue on this trade. Now, what I mean by that is it's now down to, what, 32.25 as we speak. Yesterday dealing around 134.35, so it's been smashed down already. There's potential for a move even lower. I can see this level here, this 130.80 level, or thereabouts, potentially where we saw those mid-September spikes, potentially be the next leg lower. But we might need some more provocations derailing the risk sentiment even further for that to occur. So don't go too hard on the euro yen, considering, like I said, it's already moved 2 big figures lower. Looking a little bit more locally, the Kiwi elections, of course, dragging on the Kiwi sentiment. However, like I've been saying in my commentary on the easymarkets.com.au website every day, 72.50 is a very big magnet for price action there on the Kiwi. The Aussie's a little bit heavy, but it's kind of the same. It dipped down as low as 79.30 earlier today in Asian session dealing, but it's dribbled back up a little bit since. So it looks extremely undecided, as the Aussie likes to follow the Kiwi lower sometimes. There's no point mentioning the sterling. That's a little bit boring at the moment, trading in very tight ranges. But euro pound's another one, now dipping under that key 88 level. Will be interesting to see how the Brexit negotiations play out over the next week or so, after the UK were downgraded late last week based on their lingering Brexit drawn-out negotiations. I thought that was an interesting move, downgrading them, because we know this process won't be any clearer anytime soon, and it's a long process out to March 2019 anyway. So I wonder if Draghi speaking on Friday can fire up euro pound to get back above 88, possibly, but I would probably prefer to stay on the short side of the euro in the very short term. That's probably one of my other key trades here, is 118.50. If there is a key breakthrough of that recent low, which was just about 18.30, then we might see lower lows on euro dollar. So take a look for that. But also, like I said, gold is finding good steam. It will need something from Janet Yellen, otherwise this could continue higher, this gold rally. There is a webinar happening tomorrow night, so if you navigate your way to easymarkets.com.au, Please click join now if you want to be part of that webinar. It's a full market scan and a very, very good way to understand more about what's driving the markets.